I'm guessing it's okay.
Don't know.
Go live. We'll see what happens. I'm going live. Just wait for it to say it. Yeah, there you go. It's working. Right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
And welcome to the Friday Chinwag.
Mm-hmm.
We almost didn't do it again today, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
But
Almost went here.
yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? It's been
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Is that it? Feels like it's been longer.
It does feel like it's been longer.
Yeah.
The first week, I have to say, was because we were busy. We went out.
Yeah.
Second week.
Yeah.
Wasn't that reason.
And Shazad was first in the chat, so we say hi to Shazad. Southwest Sellers, good evening. Margaret Stewart, Claire, Adam, Kelsey, Tat Peddler, RJ, Peter, Yes Lad Media, Will Shop, Billy B, Bad Biscuit, Richard Payne, Bad Biscuit Lex asked clickbait. No, there's no clickbait.
No.
The Truth says hashtag free Beck from hard work. And into God. Okay. Good evening. 922, not too shabby. Sue's Pile of Shame says hi, Stephen Bennett. Karen says hello as well. Hi, Karen. Eric Liddy. Hope we haven't missed anybody.
Yeah.
Good evening. It's kind of nice to be back on, isn't it? It's nice to be streaming.
Nice to be back.
Reason why we haven't been streaming as much or generally doing as much, I think, has probably just been,
It's been a bit of a roller coaster, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Emotionally and stress-wise, it has been all over the place over here.
Yeah.
Just to be brutally honest, sales have not been great.
Yeah.
This is probably like the best week that we've had in absolutely ages. And that's not the reason why we're on, by the way, because we're not just going to come on just to tell you, oh yeah, things are picking up for us.
Well, kind of, yeah.
And as you can see from the title, we have been doing some serious talking, thinking, and we can't continue.
The last 2 weeks were just as bad as before, so around the 500 odd pounds of turnover. And this week, things have started to look a bit better. Yeah. But it's very stressful at the moment. It's very stressful.
It is.
I feel that, like, the turnover, like as someone said in the chat there, who was it? I think, Martin Sheridan says, wow, high turnover. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just turnover. It's not profit.
It is turnover,
our profit percentage is very good because the stock we're selling owes us very little. In most cases, it owes us nothing. But that's pre-tax turnover figures. So not only have you got to do all your fees and everything, and also you're looking at the turnover without any context.
No.
Like, if so we're pretty two-faced in a way because we say all these things and then we share our figures every week. But we try to keep it as like transparent as possible. So on one hand we're sharing the figures and on the other hand we're telling you, but there's no context. And that's the truth. There's no context in it. There's no and though it seems like a good amount for what we need, it's really not enough.
We're not going to go into the ins and outs of our bills and our all of that because that's just a little bit too personal. Yeah. So we're not going to go into the ins and outs of it, but our turnover
needs to be a lot better.
Needs to be a lot more than, particularly because of what we do have going out. Yeah. So, and that's all I'm going to really say. I'm not going to go into massive detail about it. Yeah. I don't think that's I don't think that's anyone else's business but ours, really. So I want to keep that private. Yeah,
no, that's fine. Don't worry. Was that aimed at me? Like,
just in case you step over the mark. I'm giving you warnings live. Just
Nick's popped in and says, "Are you getting one of those job thingies?" Yes. Bottom line is, you know what? We've got a really good business when we think about it. And we've been really down on it recently. We've been really, really negative about it. I like maybe not on YouTube, but I've been pretty down about
I would say more so you, because I'm really proud of what we've actually grown with the business. We have got a really, really good, stable business. It brings in a really good turnover, but we are killing it. We are absolutely killing it with the amount of money that we are having to take out of it just to for our living costs. And we've been here. We were here last year saying exactly the same thing, and that's why I went into employment. We are still struggling with it all.
And the thing is, I don't want to feel negative towards it, because despite how much bear in mind, like, when you start a business, ideally, and this is actually something, I saw a video from Rockstar Flipper this week, and he was talking about this, and it did strike a nerve with me. And it's just so obvious, but we all have dreams to hold on to, but the thing is, if you take out of your business to live, because that's what we do. We've been selling all this stuff for the past few years, and we've been living off of our business, and living off of it. Considering we've just been living off of it, and the amount of investment has been very small versus what we've taken out of it, and so our return has been amazing. Our return on investment is nothing short of incredible. Like, we've made some really good buys, very profitable, and still making a decent amount of money. But the problem is, it doesn't matter how much you're going to make if you're just sucking it all out and not putting enough back in. By now, like, if for example, the basics of it are, had I also been bringing in an income for the past year since Beck went back to work, our business would probably be in a much stronger and better place than it is now, because it would have, because it's continually paying us really good returns. Every week is selling. But
this is what I don't like, is because the business is in a really good place. It's just we do need to have that more investment. On paper, you look at it and it is doing exactly what it needs to do with the minimum amount of investment that we have put into it. It is doing really well,
and that's what I don't want to be down on it. And I think that's
you're too harsh on it.
I may well be, but it's just how I'm feeling about it, and it's just the way I'm feeling. As that song by Feeder, I think that I'm looking at it from the perspective that had I also been earning for the past year that Beck was working, I felt that this whole year we would have been able to invest so much more, because the opportunities are out there, but you've got to have the capital to be able to take advantage of them. We're so lucky, we've got so many good contacts, and it really is shameful almost that we can't take as much advantage of them as we should be able to, because you need capital to do that. So it's one of those things. It's it's going to make me feel a lot better as well, I reckon. Eric Liddy says, mortgage bills, things cost, we get it, no need to tell Aussie. And Southwest Sellers says, sorry you've been so down, to make you feel better, 59.79. I've been down, but I'm gonna hold out because we're selling the parts okay. We've had some nice RC part sales. I'm very happy with it. And Nick says, very true guys, everyone's circumstances is so different, we all have different financial pressures. Completely. And Sean says, some people get confused with ROI and turnover, massive difference between both. Very
Absolutely.
True. And Billy B says, I would need to earn at least $1,200 a week. Impossible for me on eBay. I know what you mean, says Billy B. That's the thing. It's incredibly difficult. Like, the amount of cash we need, we know how to get to it. I'm very confident in our ability. I think you can make insane. There are people, Shazad, for example, in the chat. There are people that make some serious cash on eBay. There's eBay. You can definitely do it. It's not the platform is not in question here, is it? The platform, not at all, not in the slightest. But there's certain ways you have to do it. So for the amount of money we need, to live and put a good amount to reinvest to allow the business to keep growing and be sustainable, we need more capital to put into it. As simple as that, really. We need to do things in the way where, like, you know, you need capital for it. So eBay or reselling is get rich thing. You're building something more.
Correction, isn't. It's not.
Isn't, not is. Okay. Isn't a get. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, self-employed dreamer says, there is no shame. I'm taking a step back and doing what's best. In taking a step back and doing what's best for your family and business. Reflect and rebuild until you get yourself steady again. Yeah, I think we're definitely heart on our sleeves type, go for it people. And sometimes we do go too fast, don't we, hun?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that or not?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think we've expected way too much from the business.
Yeah.
And it is, I'm going to keep saying it is in a great place.
No, because when I look, that's the thing. When I look at it, hon, I'm not saying it's not. Like, when I look at it when I imagine myself to be bringing in even a really basic part-time, like, say if I was doing 30 hours a week or something, and bringing in a decent-ish amount of cash, then if I look at the business, I get a big grin on my face, because I'm then thinking, imagine everything it's going to make. Most of it will still take some off of it, I'm sure, but the majority of it will be able to go out and just buy more stock, like good stock that sells. I mean, just this week I went back to one of my contacts and I was able to buy stock, and it sells, but you need to have cash to be able to do that. You know, it's one of those things. But that's what I'm saying. You're both rocking it. You have grown so much, but if you need to get a job to secure it, and more importantly, bring financial security for the family, then do it. It isn't a bad thing. It's sensible. Yeah, completely, Karen. I appreciate you saying that. If business is slowing down, bring your stock back home and keep expenses down. Trying to use my home as long as I can before getting forced to get storage for Q4, but going to try without. Do you know one thing, Sean? I really don't. That's one thing that I can't negotiate.
Yeah. I think for us, like I because
we still have plans
just as much as you do, and we have still got plans for the office, and we don't want to give it up just yet. We have kind of set a kind of deadline in our heads, and if things don't pick up, then we will have to make that decision. But right now we're still hoping to keep hold of it for now. Well,
I mean, that's the thing. We're looking at this, that it's actually going to really help the business grow much stronger pace, because
I do think we can improve things, and I don't think we're that far off improving those things. I think we just need to kind of get a bit more steady.
I definitely think so.
And it's
I mean,
more...
and I think like it will happen. The thing is, things like this grow in mostly an exponential nature, like your growth or your decline. Like when we've been growing over the past few years, it's been like exponential growth. The graph has grown that way. Even the decline this year has felt almost exponential. And I just feel that if we took that pressure off the business, within even a few months, we would see big difference. And I think the office, we really kind of need it from quality of life aspect as well, because we're still balancing that. We still want that quality of life as well. Jason says you're too generous, Gary. That was with Gary's offer for the stock. So plan both, get a job, and then plan for a year to keep reinvesting all the profit. Pretty much. Beck slaps you thinks hard himself. Or hug it out, guys, says Lex. We're absolutely cool. It's obviously, a lot of stress comes with this, when you're when you're seeing your sales being poor, a lot of stress comes from this. And it can really build up quickly, and we want to be in the right frame of mind, but we want a healthy business. Imagine our business is being so good to us, but we're just taking and taking from it, and the amount we're putting back in is just not enough. It's just not enough. Right, 8:37 start time, guys, says Pleasant Valley. Hi, Pleasant Valley. I'm not sure, but around that.
Yeah, it was probably around that, to be quite honest.
Martin says, have your sales been affected at all since Good Till Cancelled came in? I don't think so. We were on...
No, we said initially we didn't think so, but it has been pointed out to us in previous videos that our slowdown has come at a coincided. Time, so I don't want to put it down to that. I mean, we do have a slowdown
anyway
through the summer months.
And we've been on Good Till cancelled for ages.
Yeah.
So that is the situation. Julie says, evening everyone, eBay sales are doo-doo right now. And Tommy Bernard says, Z, have you ever thought about selling the RC stock as a big wholesale lot to another seller, pay up front a month or two on bills, and totally start over with items that have a faster sell through?
The problem with the stock that we have, we would not get anywhere near the value because of the sheer amount that we have. Yeah. It's just...
the thought has come up, Tommy, to answer it. Yeah, we've definitely talked about that.
Absolutely discussed it.
But when you look at how much... like the work has already been done, and even if over the next few months sales were to continue to drop, and it drops to the point where we were only doing £1,000 of sales a month, it would still be worth us keeping that stock because it's bringing in £1,000 of sales a month.
And there's no way someone would pay us £1,000 for the stock.
Yeah, I mean, I think someone would probably pay a couple of. I think we'd get £1,000 or two. No, I do. I think £1 or £2,000.
No,
I'm
not confident we would.
I think we'd get over £1,000. Probably like.
I think you and me would disagree on this. I think looking at the volume of it. It takes a lot of work. But you've got to remember, it's not just one haul would be selling off. We have been buying more RC, so we've got way more than we originally started with, obviously, with buying more stock. Yeah. So, it's a large quantity. I mean... Helen
says, question, where are you going to work, Mr. Starr? I don't know yet, although I think I may need to brush up on my application technique, because I have actually put in an application and I did get a response today, and it was a bit... It hit the ego a little bit. Hit the ego a little bit. I got rejected from Aldi. Let me just let that sink in. That hurts. I got rejected from Aldi. I don't know what to say. My entire work history has been sales-based, customer-facing. I worked for Dixon's. I worked for Seven Oaks Hi-Fi. Worked at Harrods. I was a sales rep for Nestle, for EA. But I'm just not good enough. Just not good enough. So
do you know what? Let's put that to the one side.
I'm gonna brush that off.
We're gonna ignore that.
Should I share the email?
No, we're not gonna share.
But yeah, I was informed today that my application was unsuccessful. I've got to say, job applications are so much more in depth than before. Do you not think?
I think it depends what job you're going for.
Some of them are definitely more in depth than others. Yeah, definitely. So yes. Sean says, be positive. Q4 will make up for your worst months. Hopefully, Sean, hopefully you're right. Yes, Lad Media says, feel your pain, Z. I'm in the same situation considering part-time work. Eric Liddy says, 87 people are watching now instead of being out in the sun. So clearly you're both solid, honest people. Question, would it be possible to use one of the stores to solely reinvest in?
We have discussed that, and that is ultimately our aim. That is what we want to do.
But at the moment it still requires investment, and we need capital, and we've got bills to pay. The problem is we're making some nice sales on the second store as well, not necessarily this week, but we do get some nice sales, and still it's that thing. Lucy says, Blooming Hell, is Z getting a job? I am. Z part-time, okay, but don't get a job selling bad coffees. I don't know what the hours are going to be, but yeah, we'll see. I'm lucky, says Jason. I have a full-time job I enjoy between March and November, and that's when I fall back to eBay. And lucky, that's when eBay is busier for me. Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice to have that. It's nice to have that solid base, isn't it? And also, I'm kind of looking forward to just working with people as well. I know I said that. She thinks it'll wear off. So this is this is the before you start work, and this is the after. Before work, you're all optimistic and like, it'll be nice, be working with people, and then it's the after. Yeah, you'll be working with people. Right. open a coffee shop. Capital LGG. That's the whole issue.
By the way, I work with some really, really nice people.
Yeah, you should just
I
say.
really do. I'll put that out there.
You should just say.
It's not people. Yeah.
Right. God, there's so much. Thanks for the comments, guys. Karen says, I think that, no offense to you guys, it is better you two do have an office space, as both are so much more productive there. No offense taken, Karen. It's made
completely, and that's why we want to keep hold of it, Karen, because we've noticed that we do far more work there than we ever did when we were at home. So
100%. I tell you what,
it's
a day like today, where, say for example, you were having a down day. Had I been working at home, I would have ended up sleeping on the sofa or in bed. That's what would have happened. But even though I felt pretty stressed today, I still got work done. And I might have not gotten the satisfaction at the end of the work day because I don't feel like I've achieved enough, but I have gotten work done, which ultimately at some point will pay us back, so that's what I'm going to say. By the way, guys, there are going to be graphs, so we're just getting through some of the comments.
We've been talking for like half an hour. There's no graph yet.
There will be graphs. Part-time job, Demi Russo tribute act. Okay, I'll bear that one in mind. Z, you could dye the beard grey and be a department store Santa. I think I could do a Santa.
Yeah, I think you could.
Right, just trying to make sure I'm not missing any comments. What's the job? Are you going back to that garage again, says Nick? No, I don't think they'd have me back at that garage, would they?
Probably not.
No. Once your PayPal working capital is paid off, you'll find it easier as well. Have noticed the difference not paying off now. Karen, that somehow completely slipped my mind. That is another huge mistake. I was going to say another word. But
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, like another huge error in judgment where I think we like paying back 30%. Karen has mentioned this as well.
Yeah.
Paying back 30% of your profits. Of your turnover, not of your profits, your turnover, and that means any money that comes in. Say if someone decides to buy something off of you and then doesn't pay, and then you cancel the order. And pays, but then decides they don't want it, and you refund them. You still pay the 30% off the turnover, but you don't get that, because that's how it works. So yes, definitely, I think that's something I have to also say. Bad biscuit legs. I just want to see you guys hug. we hug lots. Yes, hugs, says Billy. No, that just sounds a bit weird now. Z would make a hell of a mechanic. I heard. Very funny, Tommy. I don't think that would work.
No, I'm not so sure that would work.
Pleasant Valley says, I'm looking for a part-time job too. Not easy to find. Yeah, it might not be easy, but it's got to be done.
It's not going to be easy.
And some people have the impression that eBay is easy, and though the listing process is easy enough, the mentality of it is hard. Definitely, mentality is where it's. When you start getting to the point where you want to give up, that's when you know that you've pushed yourself quite far. Being serious, I try to keep all my bills down. You can get free mobile bills so you never pay them again, using airtime rewards from purchasing on your card. I don't pay mobile bills, so less outgoings. Yep, we do have outgoings, there's no denying that, and unfortunately I don't see that they're going to shrink anytime soon. You've got 2 growing kids. It's life, guys. It's life. All of you guys that are out there, it's the way it is. Sending you 2 big hugs. Think you're awesome. Aww. And Nick says, totally agree, Karen. On paper, this sounds easy, but day after day, week after week, it becomes a mental game. The pressure and stress is real when you rely on this for a living. Yeah, completely. Self-employed dreamer says, try and find a job in a charity shop here. Awesome sourcing and get paid. Maybe if one is out there, if there's a job out there, I will be looking. What's the new job, Z, or just looking at the moment? Yeah, I'm just looking at the moment, Lucy. Okay. John Boy Jovi says, question, do you guys sell on Amazon? No. Again,
Rarely.
Yeah, rarely. But again, it's more down to capital.
Which is probably another mistake on our part.
A mistake in one way, but it's capital. You need to have cash to be able to.
Oh,
yeah. There's plenty of ways you can earn. I mean, I know of plenty of items that I could buy tonight and sell on Amazon for more profit, but I simply don't have available capital to put into it to make it worthwhile. You know. It sounds awful, guys, but you need to ditch the office space, says John. I don't know. Maybe you're right, but we're gonna still keep it.
Well, we've set a time scale. If it doesn't work, then it will be going.
But if I get this job, whatever job I get, I haven't got one yet. But if I get this job, I can see us wanting to keep it because we still have plans.
But now it's staying,
and the business kind of needs the size of it. It needs it, and there's other aspects of it that kind of need it. Nick says, good enough for Harrods but not Aldi. Classic. What was their reason?
They don't have to give a reason.
Yeah.
It's just a
I spent a good 40 odd minutes because they get you to do all these computer questions, don't they?
Yeah, but you don't have to give a reason.
No, but in most times you would get a reason, wouldn't you? Like if you
not really, not unless you were
an interview. Yeah, exactly.
Then you get a reason.
Yeah.
If you
I didn't make it to interview stage. I basically sat there, answered all their online questions, which they said that passed and allowed me to apply. I applied, filled out all their questions. You know, those types of things where name a time where you worked well as a team, all that kind of stuff. Put in my job history, education, etc. And yeah, that was it. Ozzy, I've been there. You're too good for Aldi anyway. You find somewhere better, says Lucy. Overqualified, says Claire. You are overqualified, says Shazam. Oh, they're just being nice, aren't they? Overqualified. Okay. RJ says, when my partner does not get involved, I find it very hard at times. Can be a very lonely job. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I much prefer it when Beck's in the office.
And I'm only there like 2.
They probably saw the gas station videos. Maybe they did.
Possibly.
Right. If you're only paying yourself so little as a wage out of so much of your profits, couldn't you help get on housing benefits towards rent and tax credits? You know what? Doing any kind of benefit with self-employment is more hassle than it's worth. And also, personally, like we've been there. We used to live in a council flat many years ago. And we're genuinely afraid of the dependency it creates. We've seen it all too often, like amongst people we were living with. It's just not worth the hassle. Question: do you ever start to list something and feel so down, thinking, "Why am I doing this? It's not going to sell anyway"? Julie, more often than I would like recently, but it doesn't have to feel like that. It really doesn't. But everyone has their down moments. Tommy says, you have a TJ Maxx, different name there. That's where I would work. I make thousands and thousands a year doing RA from their own clothes and trainers. That's where I would work if it's like here. TK Maxx, we do have TK Maxx. So yeah, I think lots of people do RA from TK Maxx, Tommy. So that's definitely worth looking at. Right. All of the kittens has what is Lex talking about? Do you prefer a bank loan or PayPal loan terms, says Martin? Overall, I actually like the working capital because it comes straight out of your profits. But the percentage that you pay, no, I prefer PayPal overall. Like, I think it's a better system personally. But it's just in our situation, 30%. It's been a killer. Right. Anyway, we've chatted loads. We'll do some graphs. How's that? You got Alf on the...
Yeah. Well, this is it now.
This is it. He's decided. Decided. Right. We're going to do some graphs. Let me just quickly show you guys what we have actually managed to sell this week. So here's the first graph. So this is the last 7 days on the RC store. So a lot better. So
you can see we've pretty much made the majority of the money on the RC store.
Yeah. the RC store's made pretty much the majority of the money. You can see from the title of this stream, we've done £821 in 7 days on the RC store. It's still 20% down over the previous year with a 30% reduction in transactions, but our average selling price was up 18%, so that's pretty good. We actually had a couple of really strong days, which is what helps obviously these situations is the big ticket items. We still had a couple which were like hanging around. Is he slipping? Yeah. So yeah, £821. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, so that's that really. I don't really have much to say about it. Number of transactions.
It's doing okay.
That's it. Moving over to the general store, much quieter. It's been very quiet on the general store. Really, just I don't know. It's I don't know what to say really. We've been listing on it, but we don't have a massive inventory. I think we're only on well under 200 items at the moment, isn't it? It's like 160-ish items, something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, but what we're selling overall is okay. We actually got £101 of sales, which out of 2 transactions, so that's what gives us our total. So not really a great deal to share there, but that was the graphs. That's it. That would be really a source of joy if all of that was extra, because I was bringing in an income, and we were able to take that money and put it into stock and do better. That's what we're hoping. Right. Go. A year today. I hope you laugh this off and it all takes off for you, says Sean. Oh, it's very nice of you to say, Sean. We're still, I don't want to give the wrong impression. It's really hard not to give the wrong impression. We're still really positive about the business. Yeah. If anything, we're doing this for the business. Yeah. We're actually doing this because we can see it's going to help the business. Yeah. Absolutely. That's the reason why we're doing it. It's because I'm like, we would do so much better. Right. Z looks like that character from Don't Starve with the hair and beard. What's that?
No idea.
Yeah, you don't know? Okay.
No idea.
Okay. Thanks for that though, Corey. Power Reselling. Check out his channel. Lovely guy. How many times
how many items?
Items.
Items.
For a sell-through rate review. Items. We have got 1,600 listings, Eric. So we need that. Shazad says web interpret. Yeah, we can do a web interpret graph, I suppose. Bear with me, guys. Seems like sales are better than the last few weeks. Yeah, they have been, but the damage obviously over the last few weeks has been done. That. Oh, why? It's not working. Try clearing your cookies.
Oh, what are you doing now, man?
Our web interpret is telling me to clear my cookies or something. You redirected you too many times. Okay, web interpret, what is it? Come on.
It doesn't like.
We'll try one more time. Wow, general store down, and you have some good hauls lately. Well, yeah, we actually have sold a few bits from there. From the general store. It has been a bit slow. I don't know why, but we did sell that pair of Jeffrey West shoes that we shared recently. Oh, here you go, guys. Look at this. That's web interpret. Web interpret has definitely picked up for us. You can see it started to go back up. We were down to like £300 over the last 4 weeks, so we're up to like nearly £600 over the last 4 weeks. So these are sales we've gotten through web interpret. I still think it's a fantastic service. Some people are having some really amazing results using it. It's definitely worth looking into, I think, and we're pretty happy with that. So that's over the last 4 weeks though. So I don't think you can do. Yeah, you can't do 7 per week. Right. Z, sell your hair to a wig maker. Looks like it's time for Z's Fortnite career to really kick in a notch for the cash. Time to go to the World Cup and get those sponsors. I know, Lucy, I've been getting some nice kills on there recently, so I'm going to send an application into FaZe and show them my skills. Definitely. Huge money for all those kilos of hair. Kez says, don't get a job, Z. No, on a serious note, you do what you have to do. Good luck to the both of you. Thank you. Wow, Shazad's done nearly $5,000 in the last 4 weeks on Web Interpret. So you're getting a job, slackers or something everywhere. Well, I just wanted to come out there and talk about that, guys.
Yeah.
It is now 9 o'clock. I know we've not been on for like a full hour, but probably time to call it a night. What did you say?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Beck has got her own worries. Do you want to tell her?
Not really.
No? Can we? No? No? Okay. We'll mention it later. But Beck's busy tomorrow, so she's got something going on as well. Anyway, I got sent an email about it, Julie, but maybe try Googling it. There may be an application form for it. I don't know. Sorry, says Lex. PayPal debit card. You can apply, Julie. I think you can apply if you Google it. I think there is an application page for it. I'm not sure what it is. Because they've just changed it. Because it used to be called the PayPal Access Card. But it's now like the Debit Mastercard. PayPal Debit Mastercard. Yeah, if you Google PayPal... let me just show you guys. If you Google business debit, like PayPal Debit Mastercard, it comes up with business debit card, Mastercard for business. And if you click on that link, if you click on that link, it just brings you to this page here. The PayPal Business Mastercard, request your card, activate now. And this is the card that I think gives you the 0.5% cash back, is it? Yeah, earn 0.5% cash back, instant access to your funds. Although it's a £1 fee per withdrawal. So there we go. Cut out fees, no monthly charges, and no foreign exchange rates on your international, online, or in-person purchases. Yeah, okay. And
I just want to address that.
Yeah.
There is no way.
Oh, no, okay. We should... No.
There's no way.
No. I just saw I was like, what?
Definitely not pregnant. Just want to put that out there.
No, it's not that. We'll tell.
No, do you know what? Right, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Right,
okay. She's very nervous.
I've applied for my first passport that I've ever had. When I was younger, I was on my mum's passport because that was allowed back in the day. I've never had my own passport. I've applied for my own passport and I've got to have an interview at the passport office tomorrow to prove that I am who I am.
It's making her very nervous.
I'm really nervous.
No, there's no babies, Nick. No baby. Z's pregnant. I may look it, but I'm not. That's Stu. No. So just to clarify, in case you missed it, Beck has got a passport application coming up.
Yeah. Interview.
Interview.
I've done the application and I've got an interview tomorrow.
She's got to prove she is who she is.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So she's very nervous because they're going to ask her all kinds of questions like, "What's your name?"
And then she'll get nervous about these things.
What's your name?
It's Rebecca.
I was just testing her there. Like, how? Where do you live?
I don't know.
See?
With some hairy guy.
So yeah, there's no more Alex here. Antoinette says, "You don't go pitching yourself too low in the job market. Any company would be lucky to have you." Oh, it's very nice of you to say, Antoinette. Ow, that hurt, hun. That was a stinger. Bundle by UK says, "You guys have got this 6 months or even 1 year from now. Just imagine the position you will be in. Thanks for the 100% honest content. Good luck. You'll smash it." That's just it. Thank you for that comment, Bundle by UK. Really appreciate it because that's exactly what I'm telling myself. I'm telling myself at least one. And why not carry on? And there's a YouTuber. Oh God, I can't even remember his name now. There's some Hustle something. I don't know. He's got one of those hustle names, but he's a really. I feel really terrible saying that. I'm subscribed to him. I really respect the guy. I can't remember his name at all.
And she's like, I know it's a joke what you just said. But I have to say, when I got off the phone to them on Tuesday, I said, oh my God, Zahir, they're going to deport me.
Oh, Lucy says you'll be fine, Bex. I had to do that last year. They were friendly and nice. Oh, there you go. There you go.
That makes me feel like
imagine if you get the questions wrong back and the reviews. Yeah, I know we've been panicking about that. But yeah, Bundled by UK, what you said there, really appreciate it, because that's exactly what I'm telling myself. Like, you know, there's a guy called something on YouTube. He has a name. I should really find it now.
Yeah, there's pretty much a lot of people on YouTube that have a name.
God, I need to find. Out of respect, I've got to find it now.
Your memory's like awful.
No, it's not. Don't say that out there. I'm trying to get a job.
It's really, really.
Fantastic. I have the best memory.
Do you know what?
I have a memory. I have the best memory.
It will just stick in his head.
I can't forget it.
He has no memory problems.
None whatsoever.
He won't get your name wrong.
Never. I won't forget your name or anything. I have the best.
And if you tell him to do something, he won't forget.
No, I won't ever forget.
And it won't still be there 3 hours later.
No, exactly. That never happens, does it, hun?
Absolutely.
Whenever you ask me something.
No, it's at least 24 hours.
You
asked for that one.
Is it? I think it's either some Side Hustle Network. Is it him? I need to check. Is it him? No, I'm not sure if it is him. I think it is him. Yeah,
they're a good.
It is him. I think it is him. No, I'm not sure it is him. No, it's not him. It's not Side Hustle Network. No. They're good, but they're not. No, they're not the ones I'm talking about though. I need to find this guy. Okay. I'll tell you. This guy basically works a full-time job, is into reselling, does reselling on the side, but earns a really good income from it, but has a full-time job, a really good full-time job, and it motivates him. It motivates him, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You told me his name the other day.
Did I? I knew it the other day. Then
you did.
There we go.
I can't remember it now though.
Just shut up, man. But my point being,
I'm scanning through your list and going, oh yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that as well. My point being that it really that guy is so motivated because he's obviously, it's going well. It motivates you when you're making things work. You know, it's just this. It's just the right thing to do. I really do think it's the right thing to do. I think it's going to it makes perfect sense, and it will just help grow the business. And I think it will just motivate me. I don't think I will just be like, oh, the business has now got what it needs, I'm going to quit. I don't think I will, because I think we'll both then be like, wow, the business is growing really nicely. We're still both bringing an income. There's always something you can do with that income.
Can I just say you're sitting in your bag?
Sitting in my bag, licking. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but yeah, okay. It's not bona fide Tommy. It's not. I can't remember what his name is. He has some like oh god. Is it? No. Oh god, don't watch them to hear. Who? Deported back to Croydon, says Mike Sheraton. Oh god, Professor Z, so knowledgeable. Thank you. Oh god. No, it wasn't bona fide. Nick Hustler Hills. No, it was I can't remember. I'll have to find it. But the guy's really good channel. He does like a really good clothing business, and he works full time in finance. He's got properties that he does like landlord stuff as well. He does it all. He does so much. But each thing feeds the next, if you know what I mean. So anyway, right. Next week's chat live with Z from home and Beck live from Siberia.
That's not even funny, okay?
You're not funny. You're not helping, Eric. Trust me. I've been calling her immigrant the last week, and she's not been liking that. Oh gosh, prove yourself, hun. You shouldn't really. It's not. We shouldn't joke about things like that, especially in today's climate. So, I just want to.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Guys.
Right, we are going to call it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for spending time with us this evening. I feel really good. Is it Pure Hustle Podcast? I don't know, Taphead, but it sounds likely. Pure Hustle. There's the word hustle in there somewhere. But yeah, thank you very much for the for the support. Really do appreciate you guys being in the chat. Yeah, it was nice to get back and doing the Friday night chats. We will be back next Friday with an update on whether Beck gets a passport or not. Will she get her passport or not? And with an update if... Well,
no, thank you for listening to us.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what?
Yeah, thank you for listening, really. It feels like I've just sat here and vented.
I know,
really.
We tell you these things. Yeah.
Now
go and enjoy your evenings because we feel fine.
Yeah, we feel fine now.
We just dumped all our rubbish on you, so we appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. Beck, what's your national insurance number? Beck, pay for square. She doesn't even know her national insurance number. Do you? Do you know it?
Yeah.
You know it?
Yeah.
Word. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm impressed.
I get two of the numbers round the wrong way, but...
Oh, that's fine. Then probably look for that. Thanks, guys. You cheered me up. So funny, says Julie. Oh, fantastic, Julie. Keep your chin up. Time for a kebab. Time for some Dominoes, actually, Gary. But thank you. It's like a soap. Will she get a passport? Will she get a passport? Will I get a job? Tune in next week.
We've got it all going on.
Yeah, it's all happening. Will I shave? I don't know.
Probably not.
We'll see.
I think we know the answer to that one.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for popping in. See you later.